Hey, brothers and sisters, I want to give y'all some encouragement. I want to get right into it about how you feel about your life, what you think about your life, and who do you think you are, why do you think you're here, and so on. And you should be pondering these things, and you should ponder them often, and you should try to really get to the depths of what is your purpose. One of the greatest feelings that I know, and pretty much anybody I've ever met that has heard of it and thought about it usually comes to the same agreement that it is one of the best feelings, and that is that you are doing what you were created to do, and or you are where you're supposed to be. Kind of both go hand in hand in regards to you have a plan and you have a destination that God made for you, and you are where you're supposed to be. You haven't delayed it, you haven't stalled it, and or if you did, you got back on track and you got refocused and you're doing what you're supposed to do. It's just a great fulfilling in your spirit, in your soul, in your being. And then after you get and taste something that good, you immediately want to go out and encourage other people to get to that, because you knew what it was like to not have that. That's what it is to share the gospel. That's what it is to talk about Jesus Christ. That's what it is to be a light. That's what it is of why you're waking up every day, is to realize your purpose and then go fulfill it. And then in fulfilling it, you're fulfilling other people's purpose simultaneously. Sometimes we get caught up and we get distracted and we take those pit stops. It's true. All those do happen, but you got to get back on track and get focused. And how you're going to do that is by being very intentional. If you're not intentional, you're naturally, the flesh is going to prevail. That's why God tells you to renew your mind daily. You have to be intentional. It can't be just a relationship with God about, oh, I go to church on Sunday, or, oh, I pray before I eat my meal. You'll lose. You're putting in no time, no effort. It's the use it or lose it type mentality. That's like being like, I'm going to work out on Sundays only. I'm going to work out my body. Or I'm going to work one day a week, aka Sunday, in this aspect. And I plan to make enough provision and results and yield a harvest that's actually fulfilling and enough. That's ludicrous, makes no sense. There's not a chance that that's going to work. And then to go from realizing proportions about how much you spend with time with God and how you're not getting any results or harvest, the same goes with, per se, even this. You're working out and you're like, all right, I'll put in more time with God. Say you're working out 5 days a week. But on the contrast of you working out, you're building with one hand and you're destroying with the other, because after those 5 workouts, you're going straight to McDonald's. You're not making any home cooked meals, whole food. You're buying garbage, you're eating garbage, and you're fulfilling your body with utter garbage. And then to top it off, after your workout, you maybe just kick it and relax and bum it out the rest of the day. Every day you're not staying active and moving. It's just you do your quick workout and then you're done and you think that's it. If you do have any results, it's going to probably just leave you at a stagnation. You're not going to progress. You're just at this, what you could say, plateau for where you're at. It's just quote unquote maintaining. Even then you're not, because we're built to progress. We're built to prosper. We're built to be pruned. When God prunes, he's cutting back so you can grow more. He wants you to grow more. He wants you to be more blessed, more prosperous. But in order for that to happen, the cutting has to happen, aka the pain, the growth seasons, growth spurts, puberty, all of that. When you're growing through it, imagine you're going through puberty and nobody's ever told you, because you don't have anybody around. Nobody's ever told you that growth spurts and pain is a part of it. When you're growing, it's going to hurt. And you don't know why you're hurting, though. You're freaking out. You're like, why am I hurting? Why am I going through this pain? But lo and behold, you don't got nobody to tell you. But here I am to tell you about that same growth spurt in regards to our physical bodies. The same thing about your spiritual walk. When you're going through what you're going through, because you willingly made a decision, I want to start doing better. I want to be a better person. I want to have a better conscience about how I operate in my life and my daily agenda and what I do. And I made that decision, and you make that decision and you start, and then all of a sudden, boom, pain starts happening. Different aspects, things that you were like, what the heck, man? All that's a part of it. You got to go through it. You got to grow. To whom much is given, much is required. God's going to prepare you and strengthen your arms. Your arms got to be strong. He's like not about to be having you carry this and that with some weak arms. He's not, no chance. He's not about to have you be pulling these people up out of this ditch and this pit with some weak legs. You got to get your body strong. And then when you're strong, then he'll be able to, all right, I can put more on your load. You can pull that. You can push that. You can handle that. It's basics. It's somebody running a business. Somebody's managing, you're an owner of a business and somebody's managing it poorly. Are you going to give that person more? It's common sense. God created us with a sound mind. It's not complicated. We're creating his image. A lot of people get too spiritual and too analytical about this and that. It's really simple. The gospel's simple. We are blessed. We're creating his image, and he wants us to have a sound mind, not a retrograde mind. He doesn't want us to be in a lifestyle of confusion and doubt and anxiety. And a lot of times we play into that fleshly mindset, but we got to start rebuking that. You got to start fighting. You got to start sharpening up your mind. Iron sharpens iron, God says. We need our brothers. We need our sisters. You need to get the right people around you, and you need to be very intentional. Point is if you've been living a lifestyle this whole time, half in, half out with God, plateaued, or in this lukewarm, standstill, quote unquote, maintaining, you're not going to make it. That's just the reality of it. You're not going to make it. This race is not a race for the weak, and this is not a race for the half in, half heart. This is not a race for those who want the best of the both worlds, as God talks about in so many different parables. He gives us different examples about the wedding with his son and the guest, and the servant comes, and I mean, the gentleman comes to the wedding, but he's in regular attire. He's trying to tell you, you cannot follow me with some half-hearted type mindset. You have to be all in, and if you're not all in, bounce. That's how God is. Do not be deceived. Don't think God's to be mocked and to be played. Don't think you can continuously, maliciously play the whore. Yes, he is loving, and yes, we are Hosea's wife, and yes, he will come get us, and he has grace, and his grace and mercy surpasses our sin. All that is true. But as he even furthermore says, does that mean we go on willfully, continually sinning because to say grace and mercy abounds more? Absolutely not. There's wickedness in that. And yes, we all are wicked. Yes, we all fall short. Yes, we all sin. I don't care what pastor, teacher, anybody that's telling you that they don't. We all fall short. We all need grace. We all need mercy. As Paul says, he's chief amongst sinners. He's trying to let you know we fall down. But the point is are you going to get up? Are you going to pursue? Are you going to love? Are you going to all in? As the young rich ruler or whatnot comes before the Lord, and he's like, what am I to do? And the Lord's like, sell everything. God's like, give up everything in this life. That seems impossible when you're really hard in your ways and you're stuck in your ways and you're stuck in the carnal mindset. But as you progressively start working out, and that's why I'm trying to tell you about the working out concept, as you progressively start reading your word more than just working out on Sunday, or just reading your word on Sunday, or going to church on Sunday, or barely being in. You can't bench the bar right now. You can't squat X amount. You can't run that mile. You can't do that workout because you haven't been even putting in the work the 6 other days of the week. So right now it's unfathomable. You're like, sell everything and follow God? No chance. It's impossible to you because you're only following him like 1/10 of the time. No, you got to put in way more intentionality and effort. And it's going to require consistency and discipline. And you have to maintain that over a period of time. And then it'll build just like anything else that you've done in your life. It's over a consistent, persistent period of time. With that being said, if you want to make it, because he says many are going to be thinking that they're going to be making it into the kingdom. Many are going to be thinking that they're on the path and they're not. Only a few. I'm telling you, you guys don't even know. You guys don't know of the urgency of what it requires. And God forbid any of us get to that gate and we're like, Lord, didn't we do this in your name? Didn't we do that in your name? And he's like, get away from me, you evildoer. I never knew you. What can be more fearful than that? You thinking that you were about it, but you weren't. And then to be separated, I'm telling you, this life goes by quick. You are going to die. That's the reality of it. We all pass away. That's just the reality of it. You got to get serious with God and all in with him. And he wants you to do it. I'm telling you, the blessings of what he's going to give you, it's not even worth comparing to the suffering we endure here, y'all. I hope you have a blessed one. God bless.